Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Xayah, Legends of a Drift System with the Embers of a Forsaken Star and Missions and Powers expansions, where we're just about to start episode 8. But before we do, a couple of things. Oh yes, there's always a couple of things. We did get an extra fame point for Johnny Neptune, which meant he became a calculating cosmonaut. And when you become a calculating cosmonaut, it means we draw a title card, because you hit the yellow space here. So I've got the title cards out. We'll have a quick shuffle and then a cut and see what our next title is. Our next title is Viking. Take 'em out the old-fashioned way. To claim this title, be the first player to destroy another ship by ramming. Now that's very dangerous. We might not do this till the end. It does get us a fame point. Once claimed, this title grants you now take -3 damage when ramming another ship. Okay, so that's our new title. We'll put it here with all the rest. Veteran and Benefactor. And put that back. And the other thing we've got to do is we've got to pick a mission for Aquascion. We forgot to take the mission card. She did go over a mission spot. So we'll give these a little shuffle as well. And then a cut. We'll take 1, 2, 3. Have a look. And she's only interested in the lawful missions, which are blue. So we'll have a look at this research mission. If it will focus. Research. Scan for scientific data. Captain. A lanky man rubs his green hands together and mumbles. The Tigris Gate is exhibiting some sort of power surge. We do have the Tigris Gate. Collect data by rolling a d20. So we roll a d20. You can get up to 5,000 credits. And we deliver the data to Pelmont, which is also available. So that is the research mission that she is going to take. We'll pop that onto her player area. We can discard these two and pop this back up there. Excellent. Just one other thing to mention. When Johnny Neptune was flying around last turn, he did go to the harvest spot in Outpost 338. He needn't have rolled to actually gain damage there. As it was, he did need to roll to gain damage, so he's still got that damage. But he could have ignored the harvest spot, and he wouldn't have had to roll for damage. It doesn't count as part of the asteroid field. Essentially, you just you can fly through there, no problems, not have to roll anything. But if you stop to harvest, then there is a chance that you might get damage. And he did try and harvest some spice, and he did get damage. But just to clear that up, he could have flown straight through there and ignored it. But he didn't. He did try and harvest, and he got that damage. So, yep. Think that is us all up to date. So, talking of Johnny Neptune, let's get across and start his action phase. And here we are with Johnny, so we'll need his armed markers. We'll pick those up. And yes, we've got to get rid of this damage. So let's get him to Kemplar 2. And we'll get rid of all that damage. That will cost him 2,000 credits because this is a tier 3 ship, but he'll still have 2,000 left. And we might buy some spice there, I think, and an Enviro shield. Assuming that we get there, but we should get there. He does have a Halon engine and a GTS, so should be no problem actually getting there. Okay, let's get back to the board and let's see how he gets on. And here we are with the Manchester, there it is. And yep, straight up we're going to try and get out of here and try to get to Kemplar 2. So we're going to use one of those on an engine. And let's roll a D8. We do have a GTS. We roll a 7, So +1, that is an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's actually landed on the planet. He's right next to the buy space. So what we're going to do is we're going to use his impulse, which is 2. And we're going to go 1. Yeah, we're going to go 1 and stop on there. I want to get a mission as well, but we'll do that in a moment. So we're on the buy space here, and yes, he's going to buy. I've got just got to make sure that I've got enough money left. Won't be a second. Just checking the prices of everything. Yes, he's going to spend 1,000 to buy some spice, and I think that'll buy him 2 cubes. It will buy him 2 cubes. So we'll get those. And in fact, he can't buy spice because it's not on the economy board. So forget about that. He's not going to buy anything, and he's actually going to go 1, 2. So he is going to go on the mission space. Yes, I forgot. Got a bit of an embargo going on, haven't we? And there's only Terror currently available. So yes, we'll just go straight to the mission space with his 2 impulse, and we'll pick 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. We'll look at those during his status phase. And there's not a great deal more for him to do. Really, so he may as well just stay there, and he can fly from there when he eventually leaves. Oh no, we're on planet. We'll use 1 and we'll roll, and we'll just get him to the entrance, seeing as there's nothing else to be done. And we'll roll. We roll a 4. But we're not going to use all those, we're just going to go 1, 2. Yeah, so he's at the entrance, ready to go. Yeah, I forgot about the fact he can't buy spice because there's none on the economy board. Alright, so that is going to be it for his action phase. We want to keep him on the planet because he's got to do those repairs, and he's also got to buy an Enviro shield. So we'll put these armed tokens back on his player card. And that is it for his action phase. So next up, it's the business phase. And here we are at the business phase. So he is going to spend 2,000 credits. And he's going to get rid of all this damage by dropping it everywhere. So just pick these up. So yeah, it does cost 2,000 for a tier 3 ship. Tier 1 ships and tier 2 ships, it still costs 1,000 to get rid of all your damage. So we've got rid of all that. Put that back over there. We will also put these as disarmed. He gets all of his energy back. Doesn't quite get his impulse back. That's status phase. And he's going to spend another 1,000. And he's going to buy an Enviro shield. If he'd had this last time, it would have been a lot better. So, in fact, he could probably get a larger shield as well. So, buy an Enviro shield. We'll cash in his Tard shield for 1,000. And we'll get... can find one. We'll get... there's one. A Zulu 2 shield. He's got the room for it, so we'll just pop that in there. So that's 3,000 altogether. 3,000 altogether, but we got 1,000 back for the tarred shield. So 2,000. He's got no money left. But yeah, I think he'll be alright. We'll risk it for a biscuit again. But with the better shields and everything, I think we're in a better position than Vesvirgo was when she tried to get away with it. Alright, so that is it for the business phase. Next up is the status phase. And here we are at the status phase, so we'll get those armed tokens back, we'll get his impulse back. That cost him 2 energy, but he gets that back because he's on planet. Next up, none of these were used, so we don't need to refresh those. And we went over the mission point, so let's pick a mission. Again, he's only interested in lawful missions. He hasn't picked one up, so he's going to discard all of those. He's not interested in any nefarious dealings. Alright, so that was a bit of a bummer, but never mind. And I think that is it for him. He's done all of this. Fame points. Well, this time, I don't think I've diddled him out of a fame point. I don't think he got one. Yes, he hasn't sold anything or anything. So he remains a calculating cosmonaut. And yeah, that is it for his turn. So next up, it's going to be the Gaiden and Cobra Hex. And here we are with Cobra Hex. So he's got a plasma, but I don't think we can get to what buys plasma. I think, yes, it's Lunari. I don't really think he can get to Lunari. So we'll try Kemplar 2, which is the closest planet. He's only got 2 energy, you see. We definitely need to get to a planet. So let's get to Lunari, to Kemplar 2, and we can look to go to Lunari at another time. All right, so we'll need all of these. We'll just take these 2 just in case, but let's see if we can make it to Kemplar 2, and yeah. Try and get all of that energy back. We don't want him floating around in space just on impulse power. Okie dokie, let's get across to the board. And here we are with Cobra Hex. He's just here. And in fact, we might do a bit of mining for spice and then we could sell some, couldn't we? Let's see. Yes, we'll use our impulse power. So flip that over. And we'll just go 1 onto the mining spot and see if we can actually mine something. So we've got to roll a d20 here. A 20! Fame point! So he's got a fame point. And he actually does pick up a spice cube, which is great. Take that from the supply. Will he have another go? Will he have another go? May as well. Especially if he's rolling 20s. So he's going to have one more go to try and get one more spice. And he got 19 this time. This is rolling. This is proper rolling. So he gets another one. And unfortunately that is it for free cargo space. So we can't carry on. But yes. That's worked out really well. Excellent. So now we're going to spend an armed token, put it on an engine. He's got a Halen engine, so it's a D8, and he's got GTS. And he rolls a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2 ends up on that recall token. He's going to spend another one. This should get him on planet, easy enough. And it's another 5, so he's got 7. Does he need... No, he's fine for missions. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll go here. And he's got no hollow to sell, unfortunately. He does have spice, but in order to sell that, he's got to get to Neo Damascus. But we'll do that next turn. We've got onto Kemplar 2. He'll be able to get his energy back. So I think we will say that's fair enough. He's done a bit of mining. Some spectacular mining. People have taken notice of his mining expertise, and he's got a fame point. And he's flew into Kemplar 2. So we don't need those. We didn't need his reroll or his Scarlight Hull. I thought we might, but we've got away with that as well. And that is it for his action phase. So let's move on to the business phase. And here we are at the business phase. So he gets all of his energy back. Excellent. These become disarmed. We'll put those there. Is he going to buy anything? He is. He's going to spend 1,000. And I should have bought one of these earlier, actually, thinking about it. But I should have bought him a Piercer mod. And this is a Piercer mod. And you put these on your blasters, on a use space on your blasters, and it means -4 for any armour of a ship that you're attacking. And that would have been very useful against the sellsword, but we didn't do it. But we have now, we've bought a Piercer mod. So when he runs into the sellsword again, hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more damage. Okay. So that's it for his business phase, I think. Let's move into the status phase. And here we are at the status phase. And what to do? First of all, he got a fame point. He's no longer mostly harmless. He too is a rubbish runner. And having done that, we can put those back to armed. We get our impulse back. Spend 2 energy, but we're on planet, so he gets them back immediately. And that is it for him, I think. Yes, he's all ready to go. Let's sell some of this stuff. Let's bump into the sellsword when we can and hopefully finish it off. Sellsword still has 5 damage on it. And yeah, so that's it for him. And what that means is we can move on to the Enforcer, who's going to move 6. And let's see if we can get him to Kemplar 2. There's only 2 lawful planets out, so he's shuttling between those at the moment. And he's not yet in within a sector of an outlaw ship. So he's just going to carry on towards Kemplar 2. Let's get across to the board. And here we are at the board. Let's move that D8 out of the way. And he's just going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to land on that recall token. Hasn't quite made it to Kemplar 2 yet, but he's getting close. He is now within a sector. He's now within a sector of that outlaw. Yeah. So next time he activates, he will take that into account. He's now within a sector of the sellsword. So Cobra Hex might have to get a move on if he wants to take out the sellsword before the Enforcer does it. Alright, so that is it for the Enforcer. That's it for the Gaiden and Cobra Hex. Next up is Aqua Scion. And here we are with Aqua Scion. We'll need these. And we'll take these with us just in case. Yeah, she's going to have another go. She is our, she is our archaeologist, so she's going to go back to Tafjur, and she's going to have another go at trying to pick up some of those artifacts. But she's got 2 enviro shields now, so hopefully she'll be able to have a good crack at it and roll a bit better than last time. All right, let's bob back to the board and see how she gets on. And here we are with Aqua Scion. So we're going to use one of these. We're going to fire an engine up. She's got a Halon engine, D8, and she's got a GTS. Come on. And she rolls a 2, so it's a good job we've got a GTS. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We can actually land on the planet and start excavating. Good, good. So we're going to excavate. So that's a D20. Got to get an 11 or over. We roll a 13. Fantastic. So we're going to pick one of these up. Oh, I didn't see that. You guys might have. But I'll put that in a cargo bay. And she's going to have another go. She's going to continue excavating. See if we can pick another up. Come on. A 9. Ah, that's 9 damage. We're going to use a shield, which means 8 of that damage, because she's got a Zulu 2 shield. Is going to be sucked up by the enviro shield, which means we get 1 damage. Now we're going to go straight back to Dorovin 5, I think. So we won't try and get rid of this with the other shield. We'll just take it on a spare cargo spot we've got, and then we'll have one more go. We've got one more go. Come on, over 11, 19, yes. So we've got another one of these. Unfortunately, we do have the space for it. So I've picked up 2 of those now, which is good. And what we're going to do is now we're going to do a runner, I think. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to spend one of these on an engine. We've got GTS, so we only need to roll a 2 to get back to Dorovin 5. It's not far. 4, so we get 6 movement. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And just, in fact, 3 movement will do. We'll just stay right there, right at the entrance to Dorovin 5. We're going to have to get to the space station, the kiln on near. But, yeah, we'll just get rid of that ice damage first. And we'll do that by landing on Dorovin 5, get rid of the ice damage, and then we will start heading towards near next turn. I don't think we would make it this turn. Oh, in fact, what we might do, I got a 4 there, didn't I? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, I think we can make it to Neo Damascus. 4, 5, 6, yes, because we've got GTS. So we've flown to Neo Damascus instead. That's a bit closer to Near and the kiln. Yes, that's the way we'll do it. So we've flown to Neo Damascus, and we'll call it a day there. And yeah, let's move into the... hang on, just checking there isn't something else I'm forgetting. No, I think fine. Yep, we'll move into the business phase. And here we are at the business phase. Yeah, I was thinking about, we haven't used our impulse, so I was thinking about using our impulse and then that final arm token on a final engine. But it's a bit touch and go whether we'd made it to the kiln, because the kiln is on the far side of Nea. So I've just decided we'll just land on Neo Damascus, and we'll go and turn these babies in, these two artifacts in next turn. All right, business phase. What are we going to do? Well, we're on a planet, so we get full energy. So leave that at 10. And we get rid of that ice damage because it melts. All of these go on to disarmed. Yeah, those Enviro shields are top. Excellent. So, got that. And is there anything else? No, I don't think so. We're not going to buy anything else. I could buy a new GTS and pop it in there, and then I get +4. Why not? It's only 1,000, so we're going to do that. And yes, she's now got an extra GTS. So we'll pop that down here. I could have got another Enviro shield as well, but I do want to, yeah, I'll leave a spare one. You never know, we might get other damage, yeah. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. And yes, now she's got 2 GTS, both orthogonal, so it's fine. And she'll get +4 to every roll. Can't go over 8 because she's got a Halon engine, but yeah, if we roll under a 4, it doesn't matter because we'll get +4 to it. All right, so that is it for her business phase. Next up is the status phase. And here we are at the status phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to rearm all of those. So that's going to cost us 3 energy at 1, 2, 3, but we get it back. We're on a planet. Impulse we didn't use. And that is it, I think. Yes. So she's ready to rock and roll for next turn. We're quickly going to do the merchant. He's going to move 9. And he's currently on Lunari. So his next destination is Dorovin 5. So let's get back to the board. And here we are back at the board with the merchant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he hasn't quite made it to Dorovin 5, but he'll be popping in there next turn. That's it for Aquasian. Next up is Ves Virgo. And here we are with Ves Virgo. I think what we'll do is we'll get to Dorovin 5. We'll turn in this research mission. Okay, it's only 1,000 credits, but she will get a fame point for it. And yeah, don't think there's much else we can do really. Might be able to buy some terror. That is on the economy board. Unfortunately, we've just got nowhere to sell it. But she is the smuggler. And I'm just going to check. No, we're still waiting for Loth, aren't we? If Loth was on the board, we'd be able to sneak in there and sell it there. But we haven't been able to. We might use a wormhole or something. Why not? Let's have a bit of a laugh. But as it stands, first of all, let's get this research mission handed in. Okay, let's get to the board. And here we are with Ves Virgo. She's just here. And yeah, so let's boot up her engines. She's got a Halon engine, so it's a D8. And yes, she has GTS. So it's 4, so that's going to be 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. We're going to do another engine. Roll again. A 1, rubbish. So that becomes a 3. 1, 2, 3. So she's right outside the planet here. God, that was crap. Let's just see if we can do anything else. We could use the disruptor field, and then we'd go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could make it to the mission point if we use the disruptor field. Let's try and use that. I wasn't expecting to use it, hence I didn't bring it across. But, yeah. So, we need a 9 or over. It's going to cost us 2 energy. But let's see. We get a 7, so it didn't work anyway. We just lost 2 energy for no reason. 1, 2. Bah! Damn it. So we do end up here after all. Right, that means we've got to spend another of these on her final engine. So I think she'll be staying on Dorovin 5. She won't be using any wormholes. Let's roll. And now she gets an 8. So that gets her to here. We're going to stop on the research point because we're going to hand in her mission. We're not going to use this final arm token. And yep, that's it for her action phase. Let's move into the business phase. And here we are at the business phase. She's actually got this research. That was her final action, really, but we'll do it now because the card was over here and the money was over here. So we'll pop those in there. And yeah, so business phase. She gets all of her energy back at least. And she didn't use her impulse. We didn't need to use it. I suppose I could have used it rather than that final engine, but makes no odds. We got all the energy back anyway. All these get disarmed. We've got to remember we got a fame point for doing research as well, so try and remember that for the status phase in a moment. Are we going to buy anything? I think we are. We're going to use that 1,000 and we're going to buy another GTS, especially after that appalling roll before. We do have a little space there and it is orthogonal with the Halon. So we'll pop it in there. I'm wondering, oh, we got an Enviro shield last turn, didn't we? Yeah, that'll do for her. We'll leave her with 3 free cargo space. Right, that's it for the business phase. Next up is the status phase. It's me from the future. I realised we turned in that mission, but she's still on a mission point, so she can pick up 3 more missions, can Vesvirgo. So here's the missions deck, and we'll pick 1, 2, 3, and we'll flip it over. So, oh, they're all goody missions. Which one will she pick? Cargo, deliver goods to clients. Come on, focus. And we'll just check. We haven't got Neo Vostok on the board, so we can't do that one as it stands. This one's deliver remains to TK421. Find and destroy any outlaw ship, Bounty Hunter 1. No, we'll leave that for our Bounty Hunter. So that leaves us a transport. So fly to any debris field, mission point. Played X Cyber in your hold. I believe we can do that. This is separate to the economy board. Place 2 damage on this card. X, 1, 2 or 3, your choice. 2 times damage on this card. And target the second player on your right. Who would that be? That would be... It's a 4-player game, so it's got to be Aqua Scion, hasn't it? As an action, when adjacent, give the target cyber. Can't be refused. Well, I don't think she would refuse. She's quite close to her. And after you load, discard this mission without... if you discard the mission without completing it, then you get that damage. Okay, we'll take this. Pop that there. Means we've got to fly around after Aquascion, which isn't great. I don't like flying around after other players have decided, because it's a bit of a faff. But yeah, we will do this Aquascion. So we've got to place some cyber in our hold. So we've got 3. We'll put 2 cyber in our hold. And that means I'm not going to put the 4 damage on this card, I'll just remember, because I've got the 2 cyber here. So yeah, so if we end up ditching this card, we will get 4 damage. But we've got the cyber in our hold, and we will take that and try and drop it off with Aquascion. Okay, let's get back to your normal scheduled viewing. Here we are at the status phase. She gets an extra fame point for that mission. So she's now a humble skipper. And yeah, we'll move all these arm tokens up. And 1, 2, 3, get the energy back. We didn't use her impulse. And that is it for her. We won't be doing the sellsword this turn. He's over a sector away from the Gaiden, so he still doesn't know where he is. And because of that, he is just going to stay there at the Tigris Gate. All right, so that is it for Vex Virgo. And Vex Virgo. That's it for Vex Virgo. And that is it for this episode of Xayah Legends of a Drift System. So a bit of a holding episode. Might actually be under an hour. With the economy board out of action, we haven't been able to buy and sell, really. And that means it's took us a bit less time, plus the fact we just had to get planet side for most of our captains, because they were either running low on energy or they had a hold full of damage. So we've managed to do that, and I think next turn we can crack on again. Although saying that, Aquascion, she did pick up a couple of artifacts, so that's good. And yes, I'm doing Cobra Hex a bit of a disservice as well. He did very well, because he did some spectacular mining in Outpost 338, picked up a couple of spice cubes. He just needs to get over to Neo Damascus to sell those, and that'll help out our economy board. He'll pick an extra 1,000 up as well off the plasma, because by selling spice onto here, it will generate plasma, so he will get that. He will get that 1,000 credits there. So and yeah, we really need to kickstart up this economy board. Well, at least Johnny Neptune thinks we ought to kickstart the economy board. Okay, so that's it for episode 8. I hope that you will join me for episode 9. Thank you for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions, for all the likes and the dislikes, because you're still watching. And yes, for all the help and support. As ever, if I've made any errors, please flag them up, and I will do my best to fix them for next episode. And yeah, a big thank you to everybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, and BGG to like the video threads over there, drop Geek Gold, make comments, any of that sort of thing. Thank you so much. Similarly, anybody on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Twitter, thank you. And yes, that is it for episode 8. Hope to see you at episode 9. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, saying toodaloo.